Let's take a look at this one. Use the reference angle theorem to find the exact value of each trig function. So we got cosecant of 7 pi over 6. And let me write down our chart here to go from 0 to pi over 2. Then our reference angle is going to equal to the angle. To go from pi over 2 to pi, then our reference angle is going to equal to pi minus our angle. To go from pi to our, was it 3 pi over 2, I guess? Then our reference angle is going to equal to our angle minus pi. And if it goes from 3 pi over 2 to 2 pi, our fourth quadrant, then our reference angle is going to be equal to 2 pi minus our angle. Okay, now the reason why we're doing this is to get it back to our first quadrant in our unicircle. And here, don't draw straight lines very well. That's pi over 4, and that point is square root of 2 over 2 and square root of 2 over 2. Somewhere here is pi over 6, and this is square root of 3 over 2 and 1/2. This right here is 0, and that'd be 1, 0. Pi over 3 is somewhere here, and this would be 1/2 and square root of 3 over 2. And then this one right here is going to be pi over 2, which is 0, 1. Well, unfortunately, 7 pi over 6 is not so easy to see which one it falls into. But if I think about 7 pi over 6, if I put these a little lower down, this is 0. This is pi over 2, which if I multiply top and bottom by 3, I get 3 pi over 6. This is pi, which is the same as pi over 1. And if I multiply top and bottom by 6, I get 6 pi over 6. And this one is 3 pi over 2. If I multiply top and bottom by 3, I get 9 pi over 6. So we go from 0 to 3 pi over 6, 6 pi over 6, 9 pi over 6. Now when you put these with the same denominator as this, I see 7 pi over 6 easily falls here. So it'd be in this this particular quadrant. Now if I think about cosecant, cosecant in terms of my unicircle is 1 over y. Well, down here our y values are negative, which means that our answer is going to be negative. You could also think of it as r over y. I think r over y is what they emphasize in the book, but when we're talking about just a straight angle like this, we're talking about the unicircle where the radius is 1. Okay, now we know what our sine is. That's an important piece. We said it's in this quadrant here, so let's find our reference angle. Okay, so theta prime is equal to theta minus pi. So we got 7 pi over 6 minus pi. So we got 7 pi over 6 minus, we just said the pi is equal to 6 pi over 6. 7 pi over 6 minus 6 pi over 6 is just simply pi over 6. Okay, now cosecant is equal to 1 over y. So over here, if we're looking at pi over 6, so here's pi over 6. So we're going to have 1 over y, and y is equal to 1/2. Now whenever you have a single fraction down your denominator, you can flip it and multiply times your top part. So that's 1 times 2 over 1, which simply gives us 2. And this would be our answer. Okay, so after we get our 2 there, then we'll modify it. So remember, our answer is supposed to be negative, so it becomes a negative 2. Now, when you input this in, you just have to put your negative and your 2. You don't have to specify anything else on the answer. Now, again, the purpose is to get it down to the first quadrant, which is the ones that are very easily to derive and come up with. So you don't have to think about those other ones. There's other purposes for the reference angle, but that's the purposes in these problems.